To start off the sewing, Charles Dickens introduces characters such as Mr. Gradgrind at school teaching his classroom. The school focuses on pure facts and no creativity.
Mr. Gradgrind is a strict, wealthy, intelligent man. He's the superintendent of the school, a father of 5, and he's very opinionated and factual. Sissy Jupe is outspoken, creative, lonely, and is taken in by the Gradgrinds. She was abandoned and unmotivated. Louisa Gradgrind is very adventurous, sassy, caring, opinionated, and curious. Thomas Gradgrind, Louisa's younger brother, treated like an adult and is very responsible. Mr. Bounderby is ugly, bald, and wants to marry Louisa. He's a very wealthy man and is involved with the school and has his own factory, and he's cocky, mean, and unfriendly. Miss Sparsick, she is in love with Bounderby and works for Bounderby. Miss Gradgrind is dull, timid, very submissive to Mr. Gradgrind. Stephen Blackpool is a lower-class, genuine, works for Mr. Bounderby, and is invisible. The old woman has an obsession with Bounderby, maybe a past between the two. And Rachel is in love with Blackpool, respectful, and won't get involved. She's very caring.
The book starts off when Gradgrind is teaching students about facts. He reacts in a more negative way towards one of the students, Sissy Jupe. He doesn't even address her by her name. When he asks her questions, she reacts in a more sassy way and almost jokes with him. So basically, in the next few chapters, Sissy's father abandons her and Mr. Gradgrind decides to take her in. She becomes part of the family and takes care of Mrs. Gradgrind. However, she has a more negative influence on Louisa because she tends to wonder more, and her and Tom are caught at the circus in the next few chapters. She takes the blame when Mr. Gradgrind finds them and Tom kind of gets yelled at more than her. And so that leads to Gradgrind ratting Louisa out to Bounderby because Bounderby wants to marry her just for his business and things like that. So when he goes to kiss her, she kind of leans and lets him kiss her on the cheek, and she is disgusted and scrubs it off her face.
After chapter 6, we learn that Sissy gets kicked out of Mr. Gradgrind's school for not caring about the facts. She also continues to get into Louisa's head because Louisa is beginning to wonder about things like Sissy's past. This causes Tom to jump in and stop her. Louisa's new behavior makes us wonder if she is maturing by listening to Tom or if she's just giving up on who she is.
At this point in the book, we are introduced to Stephen Blackpool, who we said is a poor man that works for Bounderby's factory. When he first enters the book, he arrives at Bounderby's home, where he asks for help to divorce his drunken wife. We learn more about the struggle between classes in this chapter. The poor are denied power and freedom to their rights. Bounderby, being his rude self, turns him down because it's not possible for a poor man to divorce a wife because you need the money to do so. However, Rachel, who is also in love with Blackpool, respects the marriage and refuses to have an affair with Blackpool.
Charles Dickens goes back to Gradgrind and Sissy, where he explains how Gradgrind shows more appreciation for Sissy. He tells her she can care for Miss Gradgrind even though she was kicked out of his school. On the other hand, Gradgrind and Bounderby continue to make arrangements for Louisa and his wedding. The readers discover that Louisa is going to agree to the marriage to help Tom out and to please her father. Tom wants her to marry him so that he can work for Bounderby and get on his good side. Before the end of the book, Louisa and Bounderby get married and honeymoon in Lyons, where Bounderby can overview his factory.